on the roast, Fairfax introduces a paywall and we say farewell to the National Tally Room. But first, Federal Labor frontbencher Ed Husic has come under fire after he took his oath of office on the Koran. Now, for many, the promotion of Australia's first Muslim frontbencher was an historic moment of great importance.
But on Mr Husic's Facebook page, amongst the congratulation, messages of hate. "You're not Australian, you're scum," wrote one contributor. Another asked if Sharia law was next.
And suggesting that Mr Husic might somehow introduce Sharia law really is narrow-minded because it assumes Labor will still be in power come election time. But why did Mr Husic swear on the Koran?
I couldn't obviously take my oath on a Bible, and I didn't want to affirm I am who I am.
And who is he? A non-practicing Muslim! Yes, the use of the Koran by this self-described moderate Muslim still seemed a little too Muslim-y for some people who jumped onto his Facebook page
telling him the decision was un-Australian,
using the traditional definition of un-Australian as something I don't like or am afraid of. And just look at this guy being all un-Australian as he becomes a member of the Australian government. And if you want further proof, listen to what he said in response to all the vitriol.
And I also see that as a natural part of democracy and a good thing that people can ask those questions.
A politician delivering a calm, reasoned, eloquent response devoid of any outrage or sound bites? That is un-Australian. But on the other hand, when speaking about being Muslim, Ed Husic once explained,
"If someone says, well, do you pray and go to a mosque and do all the other things that are associated with the faith? I say no."
And I can't think of anything more Australian than someone who is religious but just can't really be asked to do religious. Now though, for more of a political angle, let's turn to Rachel Corbett outside Parliament. Rachel, how is Mr Husic faring in the wake of all these pretty horrific comments on social media?
Well, Tom, he really does have a lot on his plate right now. On top of his duties as Parliamentary Secretary and Broadband Secretary, now every time something happens involving the Muslim community, the media is going to turn to him. He has now become the unofficial Minister for Muslim Affairs, just like Penny Wong is the unofficial Minister for Asian Lesbian Affairs.
Right, so as it was with our first female Prime Minister, you don't think Australia's ready for a Muslim frontbencher?
Not really, Tom, but what I am confident of is that it will be easier for the next Muslim, and the Muslim after that, and the Muslim after that. And I'm pretty sure he'll be proud of that.
OK, thanks, Rach. Turning to our next story, and Fairfax is introducing a paywall for its publications The Age and Sydney Morning Herald, meaning readers will have to pay if they view more than 30 articles a month. What the hell was that? Oh, crap, we can only quote Fairfax for free for another 29 times today? For a month? Oh, that's going to be tricky. At least I think it will. I usually just have other people read all the papers for me. Nick Richardson, is this paywall really going to change things?
No, Tom, this is going to be a cinch. I mean, I get 30 articles a month free. I mean, I'll have to ration them out, but with my 21st century attention span, I can't imagine I read more than that anyway.
Well, Nick, you do realise you can just pay $15 a month and then get all the Fairfax news you want.
Yeah, but it's on the internet, Tom. It should be free.
Yeah, sure, like music. And while there'll be some drop-off, Fairfax is hoping that, similar to people getting a gym membership and hoping to improve themselves physically, this new business plan will see people subscribing, hoping to improve themselves mentally. People like Jazz Twemlow, who's been trialling the News Limited subscription service that was implemented in 2011 on The Australian.
My name's Jazz, I'm 30 and I don't read the news. I've been feeling my brain getting sluggish for a while now, but it was when my wife commented on my lack of understanding of the Arab Spring that I realised I needed to do something to get mentally fit. I looked in the mirror and for the first time really saw how ignorant I'd grown. It was that day I decided to make the change. All right, so this is day one of my subscription. It's unlimited access, so I'm thinking I can log on every day. I've made a schedule. And I'm going to get up early in the morning, get 30 minutes in before work. I even bought this current affairs strap so I can read on the go. I'm going to get stuck into it. Yeah, my first session was great. I did, it was pretty intense. I did 2 articles of finance and 4 of international politics. I can already feel the difference. Might take a rest day tomorrow. No, I'm still really pleased with how I went on my first day. The Australians made me realise that Gillard doesn't have a clue. But I don't want to overdo it, so I think today I'll just hit the horoscope column, maybe the crossword. Things are going all right, but these past few days have been a bit too busy to log on, you know. I'm very tired at the end of the day. Rectangular prism used in construction, 5 letters. Oh, God, it's the Australian. Hi, Yeah, this is Jazz. Yep. Yeah, I know. I meant to log on this week. Yeah, I've just been really busy. Sorry. Oh, brick. So my wife's like, "Have you read the news today?" And it's like, "Will you just get off my back?" Well, it's been a year now. The subscription's up. Be honest, I didn't see any results. Waste of money.
Ah, Jazz, he's really got to get his money's worth with these sorts of things. Anyway, we'll move on to our next story now.
Tom, I need help, little buddy. I've run out of news.
What? You've run out of news already?
I thought I could do it, Tom, but I just wasted my 30 free articles. Some of them were boring. Some of them weren't even a paragraph long. One of them even had a typo.
Yeah, it's almost like because you're not paying for it, the quality's now worse.
I know, right? Hey, spare some current affairs.
No, mate, no.
Come on, man, I need it.
Okay, fine.
A Muslim MP joins the cabinet of Prime Minister Kevin. Kevin who? Kevin who?
And finally tonight, there's some sad news regarding this year's election, and it's not just that our only options are Kevin Rudd and Tony Abbott.
The National Tally Room, the centrepiece of every election night for more than half a century in Canberra, is down for the count.
It turns out the tally room is as old and stale as that joke, and will no longer be used for television broadcasts because it plays no role in the actual delivery of election results, but essentially was a backdrop for the media. And what a backdrop! Like a giant periodic table, but somehow more boring. Turns out static numbers on a cardboard wall just don't cut it against state-of-the-art graphics and flying pavement. People want their election coverage to be exciting, interesting, instant. And when some broadcasters are doing things in real time...
Oh, look at this. It just changed as we were speaking.
Doing things this way just isn't going to cut it anymore.
The figures from the tally boards were being relayed over the outside broadcast unit.
No one's going to watch that, not when the British are dishing out this.
And William Hague
he is talking to a hologram, a politician, for God's sake. While we're just watching reporters count numbers, the rest of the world is watching a reporter manipulate the government with his mind. He's like a David Copperfield for an election. It's so much better than our Mark Humphreys, who has reported on multiple elections from the famous tally room. Mark, what does this closure mean for election coverage?
Oh, Tom, standing here at a place where I spent so many hours reporting on so many elections and knowing that I'll never get to do it again, I'm just sad.
Yeah, Mark, I'm sorry. What can you tell me about the AEC's plans?
Shh. I'm about to get nostalgic. And the winner of the 1996 election, John Howard. It's John Howard in 1998. He's done it again. And it's John Howard in 2001. He can't be stopped. And John Howard in 2004. And it's John Howard, Kevin Rudd in 2000. Are we sure about that? Is that a typo? God, I'll miss this place. All the networks coming together, reporting on the same story, shooting the same background from slightly different angles. We were all in it together. Except, of course, for Ray Martin. He always hogged the iced Vovos. Bastard.
So you're saying the biggest loss for election reporting is that journalists won't be in the same room together for one night out of every 3 years?
Yes. Journalists report from all over the country. We rarely get to be together, apart from when someone gets trapped under something or when we get pissed at the Logies or... Is that Clark Richards?
This is Clark Richards reporting from the tally room for election 98. We're going to have a GST. Mark Humphreys. Oh, you came to say goodbye too?
I had to. We've got so many memories of this place. Remember how we used to set up over there before Channel 9 would muscle in and push us out of the way?
Yeah, I can still hear them taunting us with their song.
Still the one.
Bastards.
Okay, guys, you can talk about the old days after the report. For now, let's just stay...
We're calling it for Keating.
It's too close. It's going to be a hung parliament.
Guys? Screw this. I'm going to reminisce as well. Good night. Screw this. I'm going to reminisce as well. Good night.